Hi, thanks for joining in today. My name is David, I'm the head of sales at PaytestLab, and I'm going to show you how you can get started with automated payment software testing supported by PaytestLab. What I'm going to show you now will exactly reflect the challenge you are facing as well, because we are further ahead of where you are right now, but we were struggling the same way as you are doing it today. So stay with me, I'm going to show you what are the 4 major challenges in testing and how you can resolve them. So the first big challenge in payment software testing is always the manual input. Somebody has to enter a card or a PIN into a payment terminal, swipe the max swipe or contactless card, and this is a lot of work to do if you have to do hundreds of tests for a regression test cycle. What we do is we implement robotics, so the Paytest robot, and the Paytest robot takes away the manual input of the PIN and cards into the payment terminal so that this workload gets reduced drastically. The second challenge is always the card handling. So card handling is tricky. Cards are easily misplaced, or you use the wrong card for a test and they have to do it again. And also the expiry dates need to be managed. We have a Paytest multiplexer, and in there you can store up to 16 test cards, and then they are available within Paytest Hub for easy management, for labeling, but also to watch the expiry dates, and they're all conveniently stored in one place, so no more losing or misplacing of test cards is possible. Then when we speak to prospects, very often they tell us that we have all the test cases right now stored in an Excel spreadsheet, and that is not really the way how you can get into payment automation. What you need to do is you need to have a comprehensive test framework such as Paytest Hub. In Paytest Hub, we can store, write, and manage all the test cases, but also manage the hardware and equipment remotely. Paytest Hub enables you then to execute all the tests on your equipment and pull in the reports for great usability and visibility of all the tests you have been executing. The last challenge which we're all facing is human resources. Everyone's day just has 24 hours, so we can't test 24/7 with humans. This would be too expensive and also not accurate enough. So what we enable to do is we push the cross-team collaboration. That means your testers, they can write better test coverage, they can run more tests and more accurately, and then hand this over to the software developers, which can utilize the same robotics for collaboration, so they can already test during the development process before it handed to the Q&A for really in-depth review and testing. So don't think that when you get into test automation, you will be done within the next days. This is going to be a journey which we take you on together. And there's different ways how you can get started. You can either utilize in-house testing. That means you can acquire the solution from PaytestLab, host the solution yourself in your lab on site, and test everything yourself. On the other hand, if you don't want to have the equipment on site, we can host this for you. We can also test the complete regression test cycles or certifications and just provide you with the result. And there's also the middle ground where we are either helping you just to create a better test coverage, but you own the system, or we host the system for you, we maintain it, but you run all the tests. That's what we call then a hybrid testing approach. So together we can figure out what's best for you. Do you want to start with utilizing the robot in-house, or would you rather go with testing as a service? There's a lot of in-betweens possible. So how does a typical solution of PaytestLab look like? Each solution includes Paytest Hub. That's our test framework. It's hosted in the cloud, and that gives you access to your hardware from wherever you are. From Paytest Hub, we communicate to the Paytest API, which has to be installed locally on a computer. That can be, for example, our Paytest Core, which is basically a server in a rack solution where you have network switches, you have a computer, a firewall, but also power plugs, which you can turn on and off remotely. And that really gives you a great basic and setup security-wise for test automation. From Paytest Core, we connect then to the individual hardware components, such as the Paytest robot. You see here the Paytest robot T1 and the T4, which can host 1 or up to 4 terminals. This is basically the main difference. And also in terms of speed, the Paytest robot T4 is faster compared to the T1 and gives you therefore more flexibility and scalability. In addition, we have the Paytest MUX, where you can store up to 16 test cards. The Paytest MUX is network enabled. That means all the test cards are visible within Paytest Hub. And in there you can see and manage the cards, you can label them and utilize them for testing. We can also support full end-to-end testing with Paytest ECR. That's a solution where we can integrate your point of sale application together with the payment terminal, and then you can do complete tenders from inserting items to a basket, proceeding to the checkout, the payment, and receipt scanning at the end. We have our own probe, the Paytest probe. This is a 3-in-1 interface with contact, contactless, and MagStripe, and it's connected through network, so through LAN or through Wi-Fi, with the multiplexer from where we can pick up the cards for testing. So you can share one card across multiple environments together with the Paytest probe. Software-wise, we can connect to third-party software applications such as the ADB, Android Debug Bridge, the EMV Level 3 certification tools from Theme, so the Theme BTT and ICC SIM TMAT, or we can build custom extensions to go with your payment interface, such as Oracle Payment Interface, or OPI, Nexo, 6ML, Linkly, or any other interface or gateway you would like to test. Right now we have more than 250 robots deployed globally. So here are some of our references. So Ingenico uses our robots for stress testing and load testing, where they run daily tests on our system. Nexi utilizes the solution in Switzerland for regression testing of the payment application. We collaborate with Worldline, where 85% reduction of the release cycle time was achieved, and also with Abrantix, where we were able to shorten the release cycle time from 6 months to 3 times a week. So to summarize things up, we can help you to execute more tests with a higher accuracy, which improves your software quality. Then this reduces your release cycle time, which improves the customer satisfaction, as your software will run more stable out in the market. And overall, it reduces the workload for test execution, which reduces the cost, and that you can invest into additional test case coverage or into software development. So what's next? If you want to figure out in a one-on-one with me how you can utilize test automation, then fill out this pre-qualification form, which will link to you in the show notes or on this pop-up. And otherwise, send me an email or give me a call or Nancy, and we are very happy to help you out. Thanks for listening, and see you soon.